Imagine this. You walk into a bank, you need to open an account, and the person behind the counter starts speaking so fast you catch maybe every third word. Your palms get a little sweaty, right?
Oh, 100%. Banks can feel so intimidating, especially with all that formal language they use.
Exactly. But here's the truth. Banking English is actually a small, predictable set of phrases. Once you know them, it's easy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Mr. English Today. Today, we're breaking down exactly what to say at the bank.
From opening an account to using your card to handling problems with transactions, we've got you covered.
This is honestly one of my favorite topics because everyone needs this at some point in life.
Totally. Whether you're moving to a new country or just need to open your very first account, this episode is for you.
So let's start at the very beginning, walking into the bank for the first time. What usually happens?
Usually, someone greets you at the entrance or the front desk, and they ask, "How can I help you today?"
And you simply explain what you need, like, "I'd like to open a bank account, please."
Perfect phrase. Or if you're not sure exactly what you need, you can say, "I'm not sure what account is best for me. Could you help?"
Great option too, because banks usually have several types of accounts.
Right. And that leads to a really common question they'll ask you. Would you like a savings account or a checking account?
Which is a big question for beginners. What's the actual difference?
Good question. A checking account is for everyday spending, paying bills, using your card, things like that.
And a savings account is more for keeping money aside, usually earning a little interest over time.
Exactly. So if someone asks you that question, you might say, "I'd like a checking account, please," or "Can I open both, please?"
Very useful. Now, once you say what you want, what usually happens next?
They'll ask for identification, something like, "Can I see your ID, please?" or "Do you have your passport with you?"
And you just hand it over and say, "Here you go," or "Sure, here it is."
Simple as that. They might also ask for proof of address, like a utility bill or a rental agreement.
Oh, that one caught me off guard the first time. I didn't even know that was a requirement in some countries.
Really? What happened?
I had to go home, grab a bill, and come back the next day. Lesson learned, always ask in advance what documents you need.
Great tip. You can actually ask beforehand, "What documents do I need to open an account?"
Yes, save yourself a trip.
Okay, once your documents are sorted, they'll usually ask you to fill out a form, and they might say, "Please fill in your details here."
And if you don't understand something on the form, it's totally fine to ask, "What does this mean?" or "Could you explain this part?"
Absolutely. Never be afraid to ask questions with paperwork. Banks deal with confused customers every single day.
True, you're definitely not the first person to be confused by a bank form.
Definitely not. Okay, now let's talk about something everyone loves, getting your debit card.
Yes, this is exciting. Usually they'll say something like, "Your card will arrive by mail," or "You can collect your card in person."
And you might ask, "How long will it take to receive my card?"
Good question, because it varies a lot. Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it takes a week or two.
Right, and once you get your card, they'll usually explain how to activate it. They might say, "You'll need to activate your card through the app," or "Just insert it into any ATM to activate."
And if you're confused, you can simply ask, "How do I activate this?"
Perfect phrase. Now here's something important, your PIN number. What do you say if you need to set one or if you forget it?
If you need to set it, you might hear, "Please choose a 4-digit PIN."
And if you forget your PIN later, you can say, "I forgot my PIN. Can you help me reset it?"
Super common request. Don't worry, it happens to everyone at some point.
Definitely happened to me once, right in line at the ATM with people waiting behind me. Not fun.
The classic ATM panic moment.
Exactly. Okay, let's move to actual banking actions now, like making a deposit. What phrases do you need there?
If you want to deposit money, you simply say, "I'd like to deposit this, please," or "Can I deposit some cash?"
And if it's a check, you can say, "I'd like to deposit this check, please."
Right, and they might ask you, "Would you like this in your checking or savings account?"
Which is where you simply answer with your preference. Checking, please, or savings, please.
Easy enough. Now, what about withdrawing money? Say you need cash.
You can say, "I'd like to withdraw some cash, please." Or at an ATM, you just select Withdraw and enter the amount.
And if you're at the counter, they might ask you, "How much would you like to withdraw?"
Simple answer, just the amount. $100, please.
Great. Now let's talk about transfers because this one confuses a lot of learners.
Oh, yes, transfers can get complicated fast, but the basic phrase is simple. I'd like to transfer money to another account.
And they'll usually ask you for details like what's the account number or what's the recipient's name.
Right, and if you're transferring internationally, they might ask for something called a SWIFT code or IBAN, depending on the country.
Which sounds very technical, but it's really just a code that identifies the bank and account.
Exactly, and if you're not sure, you can simply say, I'm not sure. Could you help me find that information?
Perfect, because banks are used to helping with exactly this kind of thing.
True. Okay, now let's talk about something that can be a little stressful, problems with your account or card.
Oh, this is such an important section. Let's say your card gets lost or stolen. What do you say?
You'd say, I've lost my card, or my card was stolen, I need to block it immediately.
Very important phrase, and honestly, the sooner you say it, the better to protect your money.
Exactly. Most banks can block a card instantly through the app or over the phone.
And what if your card just isn't working, like it gets declined somewhere?
You can say, my card isn't working, can you check what's wrong? Or ask the bank later, why was my card declined?
Oh, card decline moments are the worst, especially in a crowded checkout line.
So embarrassing. Everyone's staring and you're just standing there awkwardly.
Exactly. We've all had that heart drop moment.
True. Now, what about a wrong charge on your account, like something you didn't actually buy?
You'd say, I don't recognize this transaction on my account, or there's a charge on my account I didn't make.
Very useful phrase, especially with fraud becoming more common these days.
Definitely. And the bank might respond with, we'll investigate this for you, or we'll refund this while we look into it.
Which is reassuring to hear, honestly.
Absolutely. Okay, quick reminder for everyone listening, if you're finding this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us keep creating lessons like this.
Yes, completely free, just one tap and it means a lot to us.
All right, let's keep going. Let's talk about online banking now, since so much banking happens through apps these days.
True. If you're setting up online banking, you might hear, would you like to set up online banking?
And you can respond, yes, please, or how do I set that up?
They'll usually ask you to download the app and create a username and password.
And if you're having trouble logging in, you can say, I can't log into my account, or I forgot my password.
Very common issue. Don't worry. Most banks have an easy reset option, usually through email or text verification.
True. Honestly, I forget my banking password more than I'd like to admit.
You're definitely not alone there.
Okay, let's do a quick example conversation now to put everything together. I'll be the customer, you be the bank teller.
Perfect. Let's do it. Hello, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'd like to open a checking account, please.
Of course. Can I see your ID, please?
Sure, here you go.
Great. And do you have proof of address with you?
Yes, I brought a utility bill.
Perfect. Let's get started on the paperwork then.
Ha, see? Not scary at all once you know the pattern.
Exactly. It's really just a script that repeats itself with small variations.
So true. Okay, let's do a mini quiz now to test what we've learned today.
I love these quizzes.
All right, question 1. How do you say you want to open a bank account?
I'd like to open a bank account, please.
Perfect. Question 2. What do you say if your card is lost or stolen?
I've lost my card, or my card was stolen. I need to block it.
Excellent. Last one. How do you ask about a transaction you don't recognize?
I don't recognize this transaction on my account.
You got it. See, these phrases really do stick once you say them out loud a few times.
Absolutely. And honestly, that's the tip for today. Practice these phrases before you actually need them.
Yes, even just saying them in the mirror or recording yourself helps build that confidence.
It really does. And here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know some of the world's oldest banks have been operating continuously for over 500 years?
Wow, really? That's incredible.
Yes, banking as an industry is honestly one of the oldest professional systems in human history.
That's such a fun fact. It makes learning this vocabulary feel a little more meaningful, actually.
Totally agree. Okay, before we wrap up, let's cover one more useful situation, closing an account. Some people need this too.
Right. You'd simply say, I'd like to close my account, please.
And they might ask, may I ask why you're closing it? Which you can answer honestly or just say, I'm moving to a different bank.
Simple and polite. No need to over-explain.
Exactly. And that pretty much covers the essential phrases you need for almost any banking situation.
From opening an account to cards to transfers to handling problems, you're now equipped with real practical English.
Exactly what we love to hear. All right, before we finish, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Yes, and share this episode with a friend who might be opening their first bank account soon. It could genuinely help them.
Absolutely true. Okay, here's a question for you, our listeners. Have you ever had a funny or stressful experience at the bank? Maybe a card got declined or a form confused you. Tell us in the comments.
We genuinely love reading your stories. They're always so relatable.
They really are. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for learning with us today. Banking English really doesn't have to be scary.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, every new phrase you learn